Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. The summer of superheroes continues, and on this episode, I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers. Now I'm going to touch base more on the team a little later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked true or false. Superman's S when it's upside down also stands for hope in Kryptonian. Well, the correct answer is false. When it's upside down, it stands for resurrection. And this was something that was first brought to light in a limited series for DC in 2006 called 52. A group of men and women called the Cult of Superman first held weekly meetings and wore tunics that had the Superman S upside down. And they all presumed Superman dead, although in Infinite Crisis, which is the miniseries before this, Superman was exposed to so much kryptonite that when he recovered, he was temporarily powerless. Well, the correct answer is false, and 11 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free team. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free team for this week's episode of the show is... Cortario Amos from Arcadia, Louisiana. So congratulations, Cortario. Win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And in honor of the Avengers 60th anniversary, this is an Avengers question. In the comics, which founding Avenger gave the team their name? Now here are the hints. The first hint is that this character made their first appearance in Tales to Astonish number 44 in 1963 and was created by Stan Lee, Ernie Hart, and Jack Kirby. The second hint, this character has appeared in Marvel Studios movies beginning with Ant-Man and the Wasp, and also appearing in Avengers Endgame and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and has been played by Michelle Pfeiffer. And the third hint, this character's code name is an insect or a social insect with a narrow waist and a sting. And then the fourth and final hint, this is a dead giveaway, especially if you're a long-time fan of the Avengers or anything Marvel. This character is the ex-wife of co-founding member of the Avenger, Ant-Man. And I'm talking about the Hank Pym Ant-Man, not the Scott Lang Ant-Man, the original. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now Jesse Latimer from Niles, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features a symbiotic character going up against one of the world's strongest characters in both the manga-verse and the anime-verse. Representing Marvel, we have Venom, and representing Bird Studios, we have Goku. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Venom versus Goku. Venom possesses superhuman strength, speed, agility, and durability, the ability to clean to most surfaces, organic webbing, limited shape-shifting and camouflage, and autonomous defense capabilities. Goku is a master martial artist who possesses superhuman strength, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, healing and durability, flight, energy sensing, projection, and absorption, telepathy, telekinesis, and teleportation. Who would win? Despite not having a martial artist background to speak of, Venom would make a majority of this fight extremely hard for the legendary Z-Fighter. The latter would transform into a Super Saiyan form and quickly attempts to end the fight with a Dragon Fist, but Venom quickly adapts and slaps Goku around. Goku then transforms into a Super Saiyan God form. Venom then goes into camouflage mode to evade Goku, but the latter teleports to the former's location and delivers a roundhouse kick. Venom then charges at Goku at incredible speed to attempt to gut him, but Goku uses a solar flare. It not only stops Venom in his tracks, but it separates the symbiote from its host, Eddie Brock. Goku then senses that the symbiote's power reading rapidly fades the longer it's not bonded to Brock. He then ascends to his highest Super Saiyan form and delivers a Kamehameha wave that disintegrates the symbiote. This sends Brock into a mindless rage. He then swings at Goku, but the latter returns to his regular form, dodges him, and ends the fight by slapping the former unconscious. Goku wins. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, thank you Jesse Latimer for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one for episode 455. Now, you know my rules when it comes to the Throwdown Showdown fight. There has to be at least one comic book or manga character involved, or in the second rule, they can go up against another comic book or manga character, a video game character, or a serious-minded cartoon character like Optimus Prime, Lion-O, Voltron, anyone like that. And also the next rule, make sure that your fight makes sense. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense for Jimmy Olsen to go up against Carnage, although they're two redheads. All right, that's it. All right, now it's time for Comically Speaking. So without further ado, let's talk comics! All right, there are two things I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and here's the first. Now, I recently got a chance to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I know, folks, I'm very, 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 very late in regard to this movie. I haven't been able to see really any movie as of late because of my work schedule. I mean, the last movie I went to see was Black Adam, and that was a birthday present for my mom. But I got a chance to see to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on Disney Plus, which, by the way, is for those of y'all that are waiting. Y'all have streaming services. Go ahead and watch it. Y'all will not be disappointed. It was such a great movie from start to finish. I mean, James Gunn, that was his swan song with Marvel Studios. He wrote and directed that, and he wrote and directed the heck out of it. I mean, great. I mean, and also the old school soundtrack does not disappoint. I mean, you're going to hear songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're going to hear songs by the Beastie Boys, and then some other artists. But my gosh, that movie was so great. And yeah. And also, there are two extra scenes that you need to see. One during the end credits, and then one after the end credits. And that's the only thing I'm going to give away. But Guardians of the Galaxy, Hero watched, Hero approved. All right, now the second thing, and this is in kind of in terms of James Gunn. It has been rumored that Gal Gadot will be a part of DC Studios as Wonder Woman. Now, in terms of the list of movies and projects that are going to take place for DC Studios, which is Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, Wonder Woman will not be a part of that. However, there is going to be a limited series coming to Max that features the Amazons, and of course, we're talking about all the women on the island of Themyscira. But this again, this is only a rumor. Now, there's going to be a third Wonder Woman movie. Gal Gadot wants to head it, and Patty Jenkins will not be a part of it. Now, again, this could be. I'm hoping this is true. Although, given all the other things that have happened, some of her cameo appearances in Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and then the Flash, I doubt if this is legit. I hope it is, but I doubt it. But because Gal Gadot pretty much embodies everything when it comes to Wonder Woman. There was only one other actress that did the role a lot of justice, and I'm talking about Linda Carter. Those two, they embody everything about the physical role of Wonder Woman. And who knows? Well, James Gunn. Then again, James Gunn did say that there are going to be some folks that are coming back, and some of them won't, and they won't all play their previous roles. But hey, maybe he's just trolling us. Who knows? All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, here we go. First up is Adventures of Superman John Kent number 6. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 2023. Doctor Strange number 6. Fantastic Four number 10. Justice Society of America number 5. Night Terror's Batman number 2. Night Terror's Black Adam number 2. Night Terror's The Joker number 2. Scarlet Witch number 7. Steelworks number 3. And finally, X-Men number 25. All right, that's 11. This brings the total number of comics I've bought since December of 1997 to 12,246. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. In the comics, which founding Avenger gave the team their name? Now, here are the hints. The first hint is that this character made their first appearance in Tales to Astonish number 44 in 1963 and was created by Stan Lee, Ernie Hart, and Jack Kirby. The second hint, this character has appeared in Marvel Studios movies Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Endgame, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and has been played by Michelle Pfeiffer. The third hint, this character's codename is a social insect with a narrow waist and a sting. And then the fourth and final hint, this character in the comics was once married to co-founding Avenger Ant-Man. And I'm talking about the original Ant-Man, Hank Pym. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Parterio Amos from Arcadia, Louisiana, won a free tee on this episode. All right, now the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I mean, there came a day like no other, when Stan Lee and Jack Kirby decided to pair up and create a lot of characters throughout the years, and made them into a team. Now, I would tell you who the original Avengers were, but then I would be giving away the answer to the free tee question a week. But I can tell you this much: Captain America was not a founding Avenger, just like he might have been in other forms of media or in Marvel Studios. He didn't become a member of the Avengers until number 4. And throughout the 60 years, there have been different lineups of the Avengers. I mean, there's been Hawkeye, there's been the Scarlet Witch, the Vision, Luke Cage, Black Panther, Spider-Man, the Sentry, Deadpool. I mean, I could just go on and on. I mean, heck, even all 4 members of the Fantastic Four have been Avengers at some point in time. And I mean, they're definitely a well-celebrated team, and I just love the different variations of the lineup over the years. I mean, they fought planet-altering threats. I mean, they fought Kang the Conqueror. They fought Loki. They fought Ultron. I mean, I could just go on, but definitely a great team. Now, leading up to this episode, I had y'all vote on which superhero-themed comic hero tee you wanted me to wear. I had a list. I had quite a few choices from some of the Marvel characters that have been Avengers. I had this one. I had Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Black Widow, Hulk, Thor. Now, I didn't have Ant-Man. Now I'm going to explain that in a minute. But I had y'all vote on which one y'all wanted me to wear, and this one received the most votes. And I want to thank everyone who voted, no matter which shirt you voted on. This is a Captain America comic hero tee. And if you would like one of your own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $17. All right, now here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, and this is the reason why I didn't have Iron Man as one of the choices. It's because on that episode, I'm going to celebrate the Armored Avengers 60th anniversary, and I'm going to wear that shirt on there. And I just want to say that this shirt was not solely a creation of my own. It was actually co-designed by my good friend Brandon Craven from Monroe, Louisiana, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. I mean, some of y'all that follow me on social media, y'all get to see it before I do the show. And if you follow me on the comic book lovers, I mean, not the comic book, but the comic hero fan forum. I was thinking about the comic book lovers Facebook page. Sorry. If y'all follow me on the comic hero fan forum, I don't know why I keep saying that. On the comic hero fan forum, y'all get to see it first. And then on episode 455, I'm celebrating the 30th anniversary of Milestone Media, and I'm going to wear a Static comic hero tee. Now, Static is the most popular character out of that publication. It was an independent publication that lasted 4 years before it folded, but DC ended up acquiring the rights to all the characters and the line, and now it's part of DC Comics. And then on episode 456, I'm going to raise awareness of spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA. Now, I personally know some young people with this condition. They may have it, but it definitely doesn't have them. And on episode 457, I'm raising awareness of childhood cancer. All right. And also, you know, I keep saying this on every episode, but on August the 18th through the 20th at the Shreveport Convention Center, meet me there for GeekCon 2023. I'm going to be a vendor there all 3 days. I'm really excited about it. I have some banners and backdrops being made for the event, and I'm really going to do it big this year. So y'all don't just come out and support me, but also come out and support all the vendors and the guests as a whole. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nully on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 454. So until then, be safe, Be blessed, be a hero, and Avengers, assemble!